Hello, welcome to your monthly readings. As always, keep in mind that those are only general readings. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. If you would like to have a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. I have two special tarot offers going on for this month, and they are both kind of focused in the energies wrapping up this year cycle of 2018 and beginning the next chapter of 2019 and what it might bring for all of you in specific. So if you'd like to know more details about those special readings at a sales price until the end of the month, just contact me, and I will gladly give you all the details. And I apologize, as if I go into my readings, I'll be somehow having a hard time sometimes speaking and coughing a lot. It's due to the fact that I have catch a cold, and so I'm still in recovery process. It's taking some time, and it's really affecting a lot of my throat chakra. And aside of that, I also want to let you guys know that I'm not currently usually at home and where I usually do my readings, and so it might just be a harder process for me as I'm traveling to record these videos, but I will still try to at least do the monthlies and the mid-months if I can. And yeah, that's all. I hope you enjoy your readings, and we'll talk with each other soon. So, Cancer, I do feel like bonds, your connections, your relationships, your the affectionate nature that holds both you and entwines you with the energy of others. Very important. Love is of deep significance in all its forms and expressions. Love is a very significant topic, I feel, in your month, Cancer. I do feel like there's a soul mate and soul bound relationship that you are experiencing, some of you, that it's very hard for you to not get involved with. Because I feel like some of you Cancers might have been or will be trying to avoid this contact, this connection, or this let's say taking an already existing soulful relationship into a deeper state. I feel like some of you might just be afraid to take, let's say, the next steps into a relationship, either to define it, to get married, to be proposed at, to be presented to family, to do something. I just feel like the as much as there's love, there's such a fear in your sign, I feel, to give into it, to trust it completely, and to embody this love and this relationship that some of you are living, that is shown here, something beautiful. But to embody it and take as well this love and this person as a part of your own, I feel like you are afraid to get lost or lose, let's say, yourself in this emotional world and to not come back. I do feel like some of you, though, that are not in relationships and have no clue of what this could be, you're about to manifest an important relationship into your life. And I feel like some of you have been feeling this, because you have the Two of Cups in your soul position, and this is a beautiful card to have in a soul position, because first and foremost, I feel like for those that will be having this beautiful soulmate type of relationship manifested into your life, this is happening because some of you have been working on loving yourselves and feeding the energy of love inside of you. So first and foremost, Cancer energy, you're being shown as having a very integrated and balanced relationship within you that is promoting, right, the manifestation of an important encounter in your life. That can be romantic, it can be just a good friendship, a good contact that will be happening. It could be the rekindling of a past love. Yes, it could be many things, but the source of it is essence of this connection, the essence of this association is pure and it feels divine. What I want to say about this is that some of you might have no other chance but to live this, right? Because it's like you and this other person need to work on something. It could, even if it's not about, again, your if it's not for intimate purposes, I feel like you and this person, whoever you are meeting during this time, wherever it's showing up, or whoever you are seeing and sensing and dreaming about, and pay a lot of attention to those type of dreams. It's like this is the time for you to get in contact with someone in order for both of you to learn something, do something, create something. It could even just be something, even though I don't feel it, but it could be something that is just an encounter, a brief encounter, but it helps you get into a realization or in a state of understanding of some sorts that is progressive, right? It's evolving you into your spiritual path. Relationships feel very spiritual as well during this period of time. So for Cancers that are in relationships and things are going well, or even if they have not been working well, there are relationships that are just going to be healed and mended and like attuned in the right way for both of you to just get yourselves in a more intimate and involved state where you just do amazing things. You are blessed with amazing things. I feel like some of you are blessed or about to be blessed in love, and I feel like some of you don't believe this. You don't see that as a possibility. You don't see that as a priority. You don't see that as something, but there's this deep chance of just encountering something in this month that brings back a part of you to life, a part of you that maybe, again, it's a part of your essence. It's like your inner child, your most pure, again, sweet side that believes in the goodness of others, in the power of love, in heart-to-heart conversation, heart-to-heart decisions and gestures. All of this, I feel like the most, let's say, important parts of you, Cancer, are, being brought to the surface in a way that it's like you yourself don't have control over this. It's like feeling like you can't hide this part of you that maybe some of you have been trying to hide out of fear, out of insecurity, out of shyness. I do feel like some of you are shy as well too, or shying away from love, or shying away from someone, shying away from really declaring your feelings. I feel like for those of you that are afraid to declare your feelings, you can be positively surprised in doing so, and maybe understanding that you're going to have a much more positive feedback on the other side than maybe what you expected. I do feel like some of you might be challenged to take that initiative, as you do have the Queen of Wands here. Some of you might be challenged to take the initiative, to say to someone you love them, you miss them, you want them, or to reunite with old friends or people you have been away with, or to go to a place that used to make you happy. Maybe you have been running from going somewhere or doing something because of the memories that could be triggered there. Some of you could be that you have been hiding something inside of you that needs to come out, with the High Priestess being here in your past influence. But for me, I feel like this is a card that it's like you have been sensing whatever December brings to you. You already know or knew that this would happen in a certain way, because either your intuition told you, either you dreamt about it, you just had a strong feeling that something was about to happen that was going to take you to a beautiful, beautiful path of union. And this union is a union that can be happening, is bonds that are forged with anyone in your life. It could even be that this is something that is happening, again, I feel like there's another message here interfering. It's like some of you have paid a karmic debt, let's say this way. Some of you have paid a karmic debt. Some of you have learned your lessons or have went through a difficult period or a period of challenges in love, relationships in general that felt karmic, that felt heavy, that felt difficult, that felt, again, unavoidable. But whatever was meant to be integrated, understood, cleansed, released, purged of this situation, I feel like it's done. The problem, the difficulty of it, in this aspect, I feel it's closed. It's like the situation is closed, it's dealt with, it's done with. And now you are free or liberated to live love to the fullest, to live relationships without fear, right? Without that energy that I'm feeling some of you are having of putting yourselves away or hiding away or putting barriers, being someone you're not, to push someone away, making those type of games. I feel like for those of you doing this, it's not going to work. I feel like some of you are dealing with air signs, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius type of people, or just people that have a lot of this air type personality, either air or fire. It could be as well. You see, but there's this deep contact between a Queen of Wands and a King of Swords. So either you are the Queen of Wands or either you are the King of Swords, depends on your personal situation. You are being represented here as having a strong contact with two powerful figures, because the Queen of Wands is the queen that is the most creative, passionate, but independent. She doesn't not like to give herself completely to love usually. That's why usually she goes more into passionate affairs and those type of things, because she's afraid to lose her independency, to lose her power, to lose her life. And the King of Swords is also a difficult character, because the King of Swords is the Ice King. It's calculated. It's cold, or appears to be, because usually the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords are represented as somehow bitter figures, because they have been deeply hurt in the past. So you see, both of the figures that are being represented in this connection in your reading, they are not the easiest ones to be in this Two of Cups and Six of Cups energy, but at the same time, it's the challenge, right? And the opportunity presented during this time is to melt the defenses away, melt the fear away, melt whatever it is that is separating you from love. Allow this to just melt away and give yourself a chance to be happy. If this is about reconciliation with a friend, with a family member, someone that, aside of all the excuses you give, you know that you love this person. This is how you know if you should or not give someone a chance, in my opinion, is someone that, aside of everything that happened, aside of all the justifications again you can find, if you close your eyes and you go into this space of listening to your heart and really understanding where it leads, if it leads to love, if it leads to this person, I feel like those are hints of, you know, things you still need to live, things you need to be a part of, things you need to be involved with to give your heart the peace and the happiness it deserves. It does not mean that it will all be, you know, butterflies and rainbows and everything is just going to work out well. Life happens, problems happen, situations will happen for sure. Maybe it will not be as you expected, but still, you owe yourself and your heart the right to try yourself to do it if it is an act of love. So if you are pretending you don't love someone out of haste or hurt or pride as well, the Queen of Wands and the King of Swords, they love to use their pride and their ego to justify many of the things they do, when in reality they just deeply intimidated and scared of the power of love, of the power of feelings, of the power of this beautiful, 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 beautiful blend. These two cards together, it's nuclear type of love. It's not something it's not something that you can just move yourself, extract yourself from. It will get to you. It will catch up to wherever you run, whatever you do. It will find you. Love will find you, Cancer, during December, and as you go into January, it's approaching. Even if it does not happen right now, it is approaching. I feel like as you go into next year's cycle, one of the big topics for you during this next year will be about the quality of your relationships. It will be matters of the heart. It will be love, connections, associations, all this, and the responsibility that this holds in your life, as Saturn is in Capricorn, your opposite sign, your 7th house. So, and Saturn is what? He's the Lord of Karma. Deep lessons, hard lessons, sometimes very difficult and painful ones, but they mature us, they help us understand what's real. Real, Saturn, 7th house, Capricorn, your opposite sign, love, integration of the opposition into you, taking something as yours that you apparently see as someone else's. So even not being about specific relationships, this is about you getting out of the shell of the High Priestess, which is where usually Cancer type of people feel comfortable. Your essence is more like this than the Queen of Wands or the King of Swords. It's like leaving the shadows, right? Pretending, or quick pretending you don't have the needs you have, the desires you have, the emotions you have. The High Priestess can pretend many times that she doesn't feel anything. She's okay as she is. She is not there present. She can be someone that it's very tough and hard to read. She can be, you know, crazy in love for someone and really not give a hint of it. And I feel like for some of you, you're just afraid. And I feel like the person some of you are dealing with is also so afraid. But at the end of the day, love lasts longer than fear, Cancer. This applies to any situation in your life that you know this makes sense to, and there's plenty where this makes sense to. Love lasts longer than fear. If you need to make amends with your past, this is a time where you can find that chance inside of yourself. If you need to forgive someone, this is a chance to find that forgiveness, that redemption inside of you. But I feel like there's a thin line for some of you between forgiveness and revenge. I do feel like some of you might be, again, shutting down or trying to shut down the voice of love and harming yourself and someone you love. by this energy of ego. So be careful with it. So I hope you have a great month. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.